Hello wet shavers. In this video we're going to do a shave off between the Gillette ProGlide and the Supply single edge razor, coming up next in the Soap Thing project. Alright, welcome to the Soap Thing project, or if you've been here before, welcome back and thank you so much for your continued support. And this shave is going to be the second in a series of videos where we take a garden variety cartridge razor and we put it up against the Supply single edge razor. And this is a 3-piece single edge safety razor, metal injection molded stainless steel, and it takes Schick injector blades. And this one is currently on the level 2 plate with a blade already loaded into it. So that's going to be the Supply single edge razor. This is the 2.0, by the way. And then here we have the Gillette ProGlide. And most of us are familiar with this. We've either seen it before or used it before. And this is made out of a combination of plastic, metal, and some kind of rubbery, grippy texture. This is a 5-bladed cartridge razor with a lubricating strip and a trimmer on the other side. And this pivots side to side and up and down. And it's, like I said, a garden variety 5-bladed cartridge razor. So we're going to take these two razors and put them up against each other, head to head, just like the last time. And the shaving cream we're going to use is going to be Art of Shaving Oud. And this is a non-tallow based soap. It is lightly scented. In my opinion, the scent strength on this is probably 2 out of 5, so not difficult to smell, but not overpowering either. The aftershave is going to be Proraso Red, sandalwood, and the brush is going to be this 22mm Wolf Whiskers with a fake tortoiseshell handle and a 22mm SHD Gelousy knot from APShaveCo. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. Got 2 days growth on the face today. And I'm actually going to lather on just one side of my face at a time so that I don't accidentally shave on the wrong side of my face with the wrong razor. This oud scent smells pretty good. Oud scents are probably my favorite if we're going to talk about a single scent category. Definitely oud. Okay. Now, we're going to use the Gillette ProGlide on the left, like the last time. Supply on the right. And let's get started with the Gillette ProGlide. Now, it's hard to resist comparing this to the Schick Extreme 5 that was in the last shave off. That was shave number 51. And in this case, I would say that the Gillette ProGlide has blades that are sharper and smoother than the Schick Extreme 5. And it leaves behind a lot less residue and gunk from the lubricating strip. Now it still tugs. It's still a tuggy razor, and most cartridges are. So do keep that in mind. Oh, let's go this way. But with 2 days growth, I mean, most carts are going to tug a little bit. Once you get down past the first pass, I mean, this thing is efficient enough that I probably don't need to do a second pass, but I'm going to do it anyway, just for the sake of consistency. Now the trimmer on the underside of the cartridge, or the top side, is very good for getting under your nose. The one on the Schick Extreme 5 had so much exposure that it was unusable. I couldn't use it. It was too aggressive. So Just doing a little bit of touch-ups, and then we'll move on to the Supply single edge razor. But like I said, cartridge razors, you know, like I said in the last video, they got two things going for them. They don't require any skill, and it's easier to get a much faster shave. But you're going to pay for it because the cartridges are way more expensive than DE blades or even the Schick injector blades. Alright, now let's lather up for the Supply single edge razor. I'm going to wet that side of the face again. Okay. Excuse me. I'm on enough Prilosec to put Yellowstone to bed, but it doesn't seem to matter. Acid reflux just kills me. Okay. Now the Supply single edge razor, as you might expect, has no tugging at all. It just cuts through hair like butter. And I find the level 2 plate to be very easy to use. Very comfortable. I don't tend to get nicks or cuts with them. Now some of you are probably thinking, why the Supply single edge razor? I mean, you could use any razor to do this, right? Well, yes. But the Supply single edge razor seems to be a gateway for people to get out of cartridge razors and into safety razors. That seems to be what a lot of people are discovering first. So it may as well be the standard bearer for this whole exercise, if you want to call it that. That's why I don't tend to shave down like this, because that's a recipe for getting nicks. For me, that's like asking for trouble. Okay. Lathering up again on this side. I'm trying to keep the pace and the tempo going about the same on either side, but it's hard to beat the sheer speed of a cartridge razor with a safety razor. You have to pay attention and slow down and concentrate more, because you're dealing with a blade that has a lot more exposure. Because, you know, cartridge razors, they're almost always recessed, which is why people will tend to apply pressure with a cartridge razor, which you can't with a safety razor, because it will just dig and draw blood. So shaving rapidly with a safety razor is its kind of downside. You definitely have to be moving more slowly and focusing on the amount of pressure you apply to your face, or lack thereof. But at the end of the day, I think the end result is usually a more satisfying shave with a safety razor. My face just feels less irritated. Now, a cartridge razor is not unworkable. I can definitely use them, and I did for most of my adult life up until 2017. So I'm not saying cartridge razors are bad, but in my opinion, safety razors are just a cheaper and more satisfying way to shave. Okay. Let's rinse this off and see how we did. This side I feel like was closer on the first pass, and I didn't make a ton of progress after that. This was a better example of progressive hair reduction. It took a little bit off on the second pass and then took the rest of it off, or it took a little bit off on the first pass and then took a little bit more off on the second pass. Whereas this pretty much took everything off on the first pass, and the second pass was just kind of a few spots that I missed. Whereas this was more, I kind of needed to do 2 passes, but I think there's no irritation on either side. It actually feels pretty equal after that. I'm not feeling a big difference on either side of my face. So let's see what the Ellen Block has to say about it. All right, here we go. Omega Ellen Block report card on the face today. Just a slight amount of feedback from the Ellen Block right through here. None on this side. No feedback up here, none under there, none up here, and no feedback over there. So it does feel like the difference in the shave came down to my neck. This side is just a slight amount of feedback, but no feedback over here. So that'll be the Ellen Block report card for today's shave. Okay, so how do I feel about this whole process? Got the Proraso Red Aftershave about to go on the face. Sandalwood. So how do I feel about this? Well, I think the Gillette ProGlide is a much better shave than the Schick Extreme 5. Now, both of them, in my opinion, are not as good of a shave as the Supply Single Edge Razor. And full disclosure, because for some reason I have to say this, I'm not being paid by Supply. I have no stake in this. I bought this used off of the Murphy & McNeil marketplace, and I tried it and I liked it. So I have no money to be made, no reputation to be gained off of telling you this is good. I just think it's good. So take that for the grain of salt that it's worth. So that'll be the shave for today. I hope everybody enjoyed the content. If you did enjoy the content, I hope you'll consider hitting the subscribe button. And until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Well, thanks for watching.